Welcome, Binghamton University, to week 3 of the Cowboys Fan. I'm Dan Conti, the #1 Dallas Cowboy fan in the universe. My guest today is Manu Iyer, the Redskins fan right over there.
How you doing, America?
We're going to be talking about the NFL today and whatnot, and, this week and the week prior to this. And, Manu, I'm kind of buzzed. And it's all because we got Dion, just like I told you we would.
Must be the money, I guess. Dion was right. Those lyrics do mean something, I guess,
That's a great song, man. I love Deion Sanders. I'm going to be the first guy in the mall with a Dion jersey. And what can I say? It's all over.
Yo, those Niner fans who have the Dion jerseys, hold on to them. This means worth something.
Yeah, you can burn those things because it's all over, baby. Paint the end zone in Phoenix. Dallas is going to the Super Bowl, and if there was doubt before, there's no doubt anymore.
It's weird because you think about the rivalry between the Cowboys and Niners, and he went to a rival.
There's no rivalry.
Well, there is a rivalry there, and I can see some Niner fans being upset, but they shouldn't be too upset because Dion went from the Falcons to the Niners. They had a rivalry there, too. So I guess what comes around goes around.
The Falcons and Niners, first of all, had no real rivalry, all right?
Well, Dion always dogged them.
The Falcons are crap. The Falcons will always be crap. And they were crap with Dion, and I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear about this anymore. We got Dion. It's all over. Niner fans, we got Kleenex down here at the studio for you, so you don't got to worry about it. But let's talk about this week, shall we?
I'm ready.
We're starting with Dallas at Minnesota, the Sunday night game on TNT, which we don't get on campus, and why not? Call telecommunications. What do you think about this game?
Man, no, it's pretty much Dallas, I think. Minnesota, I hate to I always have these expectations with Minnesota. This year I'm going in with no expectations. Maybe they'll do good. Because you always think about Warren Moon and the offense they have, and their defense is always up there. But they always seem to, games like this, they always seem to be a notch below against the Cowboys, who'll just probably exploit them.
How many notches are we talking about here, seriously?
I'd say 2 notches. 2 big notches.
Yeah, 2 big notches, like the 2 big rings on Emmitt Smith's fingers. How about that? But this game's over. Minnesota is very unimpressive. The only reason they won last week is because they had that. You saw that touchdown pass to who was that? I don't even remember now. The Lion guys hit into each other. It tipped up, and they got lucky. So the Vikings aren't good.
It's the Central.
It's the NFC Central, black and blue, and they're going to be black and blue on Sunday night. Now let's talk about another game. Let's talk about the Colts and the Bills.
And look at those Colts, man! Big time victory there. Actually, remember we always talk about the Jet Colt games? I remember I said 3-2 last week. I apologize. It was an offensive barn burner there, but
I don't know about a barn burner. I think you might be stretching that.
But this is going to be interesting because I think Jim Harbaugh's probably going to. You have to start him this week. Ericsson's just been sluggish.
I personally don't know why they're starting Erickson in the first place because that guy's history's in Tampa Bay.
Yeah. And
I don't understand what. I just don't get it.
To me, this is kind of similar like the Kramer situation last year with the Bears. And it'll be. I still think Harbaugh's a better quarterback because Erickson had 1 good year last year. But besides that, how many good years has he had?
Now, what about the Bills last week? What happened there? Now,
when the Carolina was up, I was thinking of Dan. They're calling that victory there.
Exactly. Last week I said on this show that Carolina was going to beat the Bills, and I looked good for half a game anyway. They were up 6-0, but then they blew it.
If I'm a Buffalo fan, I'm worried though. Jim Kelly started off 1 for 14 and he finished the game 4 for 20.
4 for 21.
That's unbelievable. Even though he had 176 yards or something, that's a lot per catch, but still against Carolina.
I'm doing a quick math on that, and that's like 39 yards per catch.
Or Russell Copeland added a big catch to that one, but to me, I don't know. Buffalo, I didn't think they'd be this sluggish coming in, but. I think Indianapolis has a good chance to win this game.
What do you think Marv Levy said to the Bills at halftime?
I don't know, man. This would be worse than we're losing any of the Super Bowl. I shouldn't say that, but this would add on to.
Nothing's worse than spanked by the Cowboys in late January.
And the Redskins,
at
too.
At a neutral site. That's right, the Redskins, too. We got 3 out of 4 there.
And then we don't want to talk about the other one there.
Yeah,
that didn't really happen, actually.
You really thought the Bills should have won that game, but,
If it was best out of 7, they would have won. That's right.
Best out of 3, they probably would have won.
Let's not dwell on the past.
Let's not dwell on it. Let's move on. How about Cleveland at Houston? What do you think of this game?
Well, Cleveland bounced back big last week, and Testaverde seems very cool and calm in the pocket. So, I like from the early going. I like what Testaverde's doing. And Houston, I said again, they're up there as one of the worst teams in the NFL. That's my plan.
Houston, really?
They have a pretty good offensive line, but they have not. You can't if you have a good offensive line, but you don't have a good quarterback or running back or receivers besides Hayward Jeffries. You know.
Yeah, well, the Steelers, they lost Woodson, and I said their season's over. The Browns win the Central and go to the Super Bowl.
They should win the Central, but.
Yeah, but, I mean, you know, the Steelers could probably back into the playoffs still. And they still look good against the Oilers, even though the Oilers are horrible. That team should not be in the same state as the Cowboys. I just don't get that. But anyway.
Well, the Houston fans don't have to worry. You got the Rockets, you know. So Oilers will come around.
The Rockets, baby. They're going to three-peat, you think?
Nah, but...
You don't like the Rockets?
Not three-peating, but I like Akeem beating Shaq in the pay-per-view event.
Oh, did that happen? I didn't see that.
That's coming up late September.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It's September, yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, big time. I think.
Yeah, make sure you call your local cable company and see Hakeem and Shaq dunk for an hour and a half.
Nice.
Half-court
Really basketball.
Yeah, the Browns looked impressive last week against the Buccaneers.
Well, remember we were riding the victory after week 1, have to beat the Eagles and all that.
Yeah, I know.
There was if you're a Buccaneer fan, I mean, if there's a Buccaneer fan on campus, come on down. Yeah, you gotta have a Buccaneer fan on.
Because I want to see some Tampa Bay fans representing out there.
Man, you guys are the best fans, I tell you that.
Yeah,
great fans.
You guys got a lot of pain, a lot of suffering.
Oh man.
But what are you gonna do about that? Next game, St. Louis at Carolina.
Ooh.
Normally I wouldn't talk about this game, but the Rams are
2-0. Oh man.
And only Dallas and San Fran are the only unbeaten teams in the NFC.
The Rams.
Who'd have thought that after 2 weeks?
I think Carolina can still win this game, you know, but you know, we don't know how good the Rams are, but hey, right now they're tied with the Niners in the NFC West.
That's right, and I think technically, well, no, because the Niners got 2 division wins, so if there's a tiebreaker, the Niners still win the West. But how about the Rams? Though,
I know.
Right?
I mean, their special teams have been phenomenal, making big plays the last 2 games. You know, and if you're in St. Louis, you know, hey, forget about baseball. The Cardinals are pathetic. You got the Rams now.
Cardinals are horrible.
And
that's the Arizona one, too.
Yeah.
I'll get to that later, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, it's kind of exciting. You like to see St. Louis football back in St. Louis, and the Rams are doing good.
Yeah, it's very exciting. This is an interesting game because our celebrity analyst this week is Jabba the Hutt, and he's going to give us his view on this St. Louis-Carolina game. Jabba? All right, thank you for that. Okay, Giants at Green Bay.
Oh, man.
You gotta love the New York Giants.
Or the New Jersey Giants.
The New Jersey Giants.
Or the Greater Tri-State Giants.
Greater Tri-State area.
But
what happened to the Giants?
Oh, man. Just stupid mistakes, you know. They had the game 17-3. Then penalties went to hurt them. I tell you this, they have to win this game.
And
going
if they
on.
don't?
We start preparing for next year, you know.
You know, I love Giant fans because I don't know if you remember like the preseason and you know Dan Reeves. You know the Giants they're gonna challenge Dallas for the NFC East this year. They got Dave Brown's a year more experience and you know they got these young players and the 3-backs and they're gonna confuse everybody and guys won't get hurt or something or other. And it doesn't matter because you guys suck.
I think just because Dan Reeves was right about last year, predicting the record for them last year, but this is a different year. You know, people talk about Dave Brown. I think the best quarterback on the Giants, hear me now, is Stan White.
Who the hell is Stan White?
Great quarterback from Auburn. And, you know, by the end of the year, he's going to be playing.
He probably will be. Because Dave Brown is garbage. Tommy Maddox is garbage. And when it's 42-3 in the third quarter in Week 16 in Dallas, you're going to see the Stan White show. And that game will end up 42-11 because I'll give him a 2-point conversion.
That's nice.
But that's late December, and we'll talk about that much later. But it's not even going to matter. The Giants will be, maybe 2-10 by then?
Definitely.
Or something.
I like to talk about the Packers. You know, they had a big-time victory yesterday over the Bears. They almost blew the game. But, you know, talk about Brett Favre, you know. I don't know if there's a quarterback that does much more for his ball club than Favre because he doesn't have a great running game. And now without Sterling, you know, he has to carry a lot on his shoulder. But sometimes that could be the worst thing for him, too, because he tends to try to do too much. So that'll be interesting how it goes. I really think the Packers need a running game. Yeah, even with Sterling, they always need that running game. And now without him, more than ever, they need the running game.
Yeah, if any of you wannabes out there wanted to try out for the Packers as a running back, you know, we can give you a number down here where you can reach them. But I said last week the Packers aren't all that impressive because
I agree. I don't
because they lost Sharp. There's just like you lose to Dallas twice in a row in the playoffs, and I thought the Bears would beat them, but I forgot that like the Packers always beat.
Yeah, I know they always just beat the Bears. Yeah.
It's for some reason the Bears can't win on Monday night, but if the Packers would have won that game convincingly, like they were up, if they didn't blow the lead, then I'd say, hey, wait a minute. Maybe I'll back up on my statement. Maybe the Packers are okay, but they showed me that they're just the regular Packers. They squeaked out.
It's like that whole division. They only reach a certain plateau. They can't get over that hump. And that's plagued that division. I think it'll continue to plague them this year. Yeah,
the NFC Central is the only division right now without an unbeaten team. They're all 1-1, except for the Lions, who haven't won at all. But who do you think is going to pull that one out? I mean, I'd love to see Tampa Bay win the Central.
Ooh,
only
that'd be
because
nice.
they just sucked for so long, and it would just be nice.
Oh,
to see
I love it. And the Buccaneers fans just go wild then, But I don't know. I still think the Bears. But it's still iffy on that, I can't say 100% a certain teteam, just the way that division is.
It's all iffy because they beat each other, and then the Lions will sneak in there, and I think they'll all go 8-8. And
8-8.
Whoever's working down at the tiebreaker office in the NFL offices is going to have a real
do the math
job
there. Oh, man.
But the next game, I'd love to talk about.
I like this game. This can be a good game.
I don't know why you like this game.
I like it.
Quite frankly, I mean, it's just the same story every week. New England at San Francisco. The Patriots just disappointed the hell out of me.
Well, you also got to give
me.
You got to give some credit to the Dolphins, but we'll get to that later. But I tell you, you saw Bill Parcells after the game. I've never seen him more dejected after a loss than any other one, except maybe the Redskins game. But but I tell you this, they had a tough loss, and they had a great running game.
Tough loss. They were never in the game.
Well, they were driving, but they made turnovers, silly turnovers.
But the Patriots are supposed to challenge the Dolphins, and they get in there and they play like crap.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that was a tough loss. And Bledsoe, think about Bledsoe. He's a great quarterback, but people throwing him in with the Aikmans and Youngs and Marinos. I want to throw him in there yet,
Yeah, he's young.
He has a tendency to force it, throw it up for grabs, and that's the worst thing to do as a quarterback.
Those two idiots on the McDonald's commercials better slow down with the superstar quarterback.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a tremendous talent, and I think he will be a great quarterback, but let's not, put him in that elite category just yet.
Yeah, don't be getting him 2 for 2 Big Mac, because that guy ain't worth chicken McNuggets right now. All right, we got to see him, win in the playoffs and beat Miami. Let's make a game out of it.
I think Parcells will have this team ready at San Francisco. Remember last time Parcells played at San Francisco. So I hate to give the Giants any credit there, but
we hate to give the Giants credit because we hate the Giants on this show.
But
that's just the way it is. But the thing, another thing that annoys me about San Francisco is that they didn't care about Deion Sanders. They just didn't care. Jerry Rice didn't call Deion.
1-800-COLLECT.
I think that hurt Deion.
He could have done 1-800-COLLECT, save money,
Seriously, though. 1-800-COLLECT.
Well, the thing about Rice is Rice and Deion have never gotten along great. They weren't best friends, even last year. But, when you have a superstar on the team of Rice, just because if he calls and makes the call, it shows that someone cares at least. You might not have to like the guy, but if you respect him enough and you need him on your team.
Because he can't handle it, because he knows it's over now. Because he knows that he's going to have to try and talk junk when he goes into Dallas in mid-January. And he tried that 2 years ago, and he got spanked. And it's going to happen again. They all know it's over. They're all dejected. Deion's on the Cowboys, baby.
Well, this will be interesting, too, because the Niners could use this as, in some ways, kind of use them to help them also.
Don't even start.
Deion went to them. No one says we can win it now.
Dallas owns the Niners. Don't let last year fool you, all right?